What's up, y'all? Malcolm Breed here from How to Barbecue Right. When you're in the Chattanooga area and you're looking for barbecue supplies, you got to check out my buddy Steve's Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. And Steve and his staff have all your outdoor grilling, smoking, live fire cooking supplies. You can find my Killer Hog stuff there, plus a ton of other cool stuff. So y'all stop in and see Steve. Tell him Malcolm sent you.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the catch-up show Tuesday night here, high atop White Oak Mountain in Ooltewah, Tennessee. I'm your host, Steve Ray. Pete is on vacation. Imagine that. So you've got me for the next 40, 50 minutes or so here in the air chair. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining in the fun. And we've got Jeffrey Maxwell checking in, Billy Holland checking in. Good evening to you guys as well, Jeffrey. And Billy, good evening to you. Everybody, check in. Hey, if you want to comment on the show, go to the Owl's Nest Barbecue show page, and I will. That's where I monitor the. Show from. So if you want to make a comment, I'd love to see it right there. Hey, we're gonna have a big time. Had 2 cancellations this week, but that's okay. Everybody's still friends. It happens in this business, and I realize it's a bummer. I know, but we're gonna get through it. And next Tuesday it'll be bigger and better because, as always, the best is yet to come. We're gonna do a tour store tonight. I went to the store today and worked, and took some pictures of all the new stuff we've got. And I'm going to give you a tour of the store. So if you haven't been to the store in a long time, the Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply Store here in Ooltewah, then hang on. You're gonna go first class. You're gonna see everything as it is today. So when you come in the store tomorrow, it'll be the way you saw it today, and that's always really cool. It's always really cool. Don't forget that we are brought to you by. Hold on just a second. Here we go. We're brought to you by Pit Barrel Cookers, America's favorite barrel cooker, favorite drum cooker, available at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. A guy named Craig Truck bought one today. Mike Shadwick sent him down. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Craig, for getting your Pit Barrel Cooker at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. You're going to love it. It's my favorite thing to cook on, barring anything. The best tasting food comes from a Pit Barrel Cooker. We're also brought to you by the entire lineup of Green Mountain Grills. When ease and you want to worry about the food, not the fire, is your main concern, the Green Mountain Grill is what you need. We're also brought to you by Blackstone Griddles. It's tailgate season. Nothing works better than a Blackstone when you're tailgating. And we're also brought to you by the best kettle grill on the market, the Napoleon Kettle Grill. Thank you, Gordon and Kat DeLashschmidt from Chatsworth. They came up to the store Saturday and bought a Napoleon griddle and a whole bunch of stuff. So thank you so much, Gordon and Kat. It's always good seeing you. And as always, thank you for supporting the store all the way down there from Chatsworth to Ooltewah. I really, really do appreciate it. You know what happened 11 years ago yesterday? The guy that invented the method that when you're in a long line, it's not going to take long to get through it for a drive-through. Now, who would you think that would be? Or where would you think that would be? McDonald's? The McDonald's here in Ottawa, you could die. You could have a heart attack and die while you were in line, and nobody would find out for maybe 30 minutes. Honey, there's that car hasn't moved. I know we're at McDonald's. No, there's a couple spaces in front of it. Maybe I better check. 30 minutes. You'd be dead 30 minutes. Nobody would notice. Wendy's is probably the closest to this place I'm talking about. Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's, who worked at the Regis restaurant in Knoxville in his early days. He invented the drive-thru where you order your food and then you drive around the building to get it. And the reason he did that was he said people want to keep moving. They don't like staying in one spot. So Dave Thomas invented that. And Wendy's here in Ottawa does a pretty good job with that. Bojangles has a good drive-through. When Taco Bell, when they copied the place we're going to talk about, their drive-through, it went great. But then they quit doing it. I guess because it takes maybe 3 or 4 extra people per shift to do it. So the Taco Bell, you can wait there for. We got a new Taco Bell though. We got a Taco Bell on my side of the interstate. We got a Taco Bell on the west side. We got one on the east side, and we got a Taco Bell drive-through on the west side. Isn't that weird? They are literally within a half mile of each other, each side of the interstate. There's an exit down in Atlanta that's got 2 Waffle Houses on each side of the interstate. But we don't have the population that they do in Atlanta. I think there's more people that live on the Barrett Parkway in Atlanta than live in our entire county of Hamilton here in Tennessee. But the place I'm talking to you, and the guy that died was Truett Cathy, the guy that started Chick-fil-A. He passed away 11 years ago yesterday at 93. And he was the guy that modernized the drive-thru. When you go to, we're right across. If you've never been to my store, the Midnight Oil in Ottawa and Onbs Barbecue, we are diagonally right across from the Chick-fil-A. I can look out the front window. I can stand in the front lot and just look to the right, and there it is. And we can see the entire drive-thru. And we have timed it before. We've picked a car. Say, all right, pick that red Ford Fiesta. And we've timed it. And it's at the like when it was the very last car of the line, we've timed it. And it's usually 4 minutes tops is how long they wait. Because I think you at the Chick-fil-A, I don't go there much. But I think you give an order, and if somebody knows, they can go in the chat and tell me. I think you give the order, and it seems to me that you pulled up and then you paid a guy, and then you drove around and got your food at the window, and the people at the window didn't handle any money. I believe that's the way it works, and that's why it goes so quick. But you do have to have, you got to have at least 2 more people per shift. And now at our Chick-fil-A, that's two of maybe, gosh, I don't know. At the times I've been there, there's Chick-fil-A people running all over the place. Probably 2 of 50 per shift. And at the McDonald's, it's like it would be 2 or 3 people that showed up for work. I used to love McDonald's. And I grew up with McDonald's. I loved McDonald's. If you've ever been to Knoxville, the Cedar Bluff Road exit started with McDonald's. McDonald's was the first thing on Cedar Bluff Road. If you've ever been to the Cedar Bluff Road exit, it's huge. You think Ottawa's huge. You think our exit is congested. Go to Cedar Bluff Road in Knoxville. It's got to be in the top 5 busiest exits. Of course, the busiest exit in the state is 407, and that's the where Buc-ee's is going to the Smoky Mountains. That is the number 1 busiest exit in the state. But I would guarantee you Cedar Bluff ranks up there, at least in the top 5. But there was nothing there when we moved to Knoxville in 1972, nothing. Matter of fact, part of it was a gravel road, and that's what started it all was McDonald's. And I loved McDonald's. I loved McDonald's through middle school, through high school, through college. Loved it. And I don't know where it went wrong. But it went wrong. But anyway, Chick-fil-A does it right. And we got a great Chick-fil-A here in Ottawa. And Dawson Holiday is the owner. He went to Yale. He is a Yale Bulldog, played quarterback or defensive back at Yale. Played quarterback in high school at Bearden High School. And I believe we played defensive back at Yale. A Yale graduate runs the Chick-fil-A here in Ottawa. A Yale graduate. How about that? Never thought you'd ever know that, did you? A Yale graduate. Chick-fil-A here in Ottawa is run by a Yale graduate. He's from Knoxville too. So there's your lesson on drive-throughs and the people that started them. Steve Davidson checking in. Hello. Steve, you're the only one that posted food pictures, so good for you. Brett Hilliard says CFA, Chick-fil-A. Johnny Maggs checking in. Hello, boys. Hello, Johnny. Brent Hilliard saying accurate unless bad weather when workers can't be outside. Brett, I've never seen them not be outside in bad weather in Ottawa. They've got these little tents they stand under, and they wear these little rain outfits that look like the who's the fish stick? The fish stick guy that it was a fish stick commercial. The guy used to wear the little rain thing. I'm showing my age here. They're out there in the rain in Ottawa. Rain, snow, heat. They don't care. Also, Brent says, last time I was to Chick-fil-A, they also had a separate drive-through line for the mobile app area. Well, I know they added another lane at the Ottawa Chick-fil-A. And maybe that's what they did. I don't know. The Gordon, that's right. That's right, Johnny Mag. You're about as old as I am. The Gordon fisherman. I think he was probably from up in your area of the country up there in New England. Where's Perry? Perry was right there. There he is right there. Evening, Perry. Good to see you. But that's just some fun stuff. Just some really fun stuff here going on in Ottawa. What do we find out this football season? We found out on Saturday that Tennessee got the best deal on their quarterback swap with UCLA, huh? Are you with me? Yeah, they did. They did. Aguilar was great. Of course, East Tennessee they're not in our division. East Tennessee is a great football team. They're in the Southern Conference football championship series. Tennessee, of course, in the football bowl series. But against Syracuse, Aguilar looked good. He looked really good. And then out in UCLA, Nico has his problems going on, and they got him. You got him, boys. $1.2 million a year. You got him. You can keep him. We're happy with who we've got. If you ever get a chance, go back and look up the Tennessee quarterback story, Aguilar. What a story! This guy didn't get recruited out of high school. He went to a community college somewhere in California. Got frustrated with the football game. Dropped out for just a few and went to fireman's school. He's going to be a fireman. Got back into football, and he has been, he's 24 years old. He's the same age as Emma. My daughter's 24. And she graduated from college. Aguilar has too, I believe. But same age, 24 years old. 7 years. Quarterback at Kentucky has been in football 7 years. In college football, 7 years. And I think the average professional football player is what? 3 years, 4 years is how long they last. These guys have been in college longer than most football players have been in the NFL. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. It's crazy to me. Charles Evans, good to see you, Steve. A long time since Farragut. You got that right. And Charles, I'm going to blow your mind right now. I'm going to blow your mind. Charles used to give me rides to school in high school, and we were all CB crazy. This was in the late 70s, right after Smokey and the Bandit came out, the truckers, and we all had CBs in our car. And Charles, your call sign was the Snake Doctor. Now, how about that? I guarantee you, Charles just went, whoa, I can't believe you remembered that. I sure do, Charles. The Snake Doctor, Charles Evans from Crestwood Hills up in Knoxville, Tennessee. We found out that Tennessee got the best deal on the quarterback swap. We found out that Arch Manning is actually going to have to play the whole season before they give him the Heisman Trophy. They're going to make him wait until the season's over. And we found out Sunday in the Professional Football League that thank God for Miami, because if it wasn't for Miami, the Tennessee Titans would be classified as the worst football team in the NFL if you watch that mess. So we learned a lot this weekend, and but keep watching, keep watching. Of course, Georgia comes into Knoxville this Saturday at 3:30 game on ABC. Game day will be there, so all my friends up in Knoxville, I know you're making your signs, painting your faces, and getting ready to head to Neyland Stadium for that showdown, classic showdown, Georgia, Tennessee, at 3:30 on ABC this Saturday. And Perry, of course, checks in with his Go Big Orange Vol for life. Absolutely. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break if we can. And I'm going to get a drink of water, get this voice going, and we'll look at a couple ads. And when I come back, we'll go on a store tour. If you've never been to my store, the Allison's Barbecue store, you're going to get to go live, not live, but you're going to get to go today. Today, I took the pictures today, so you're going to get to see it really, really close hands. We'll stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is Ned. He is the proud owner of a pit barrel cooker. Dad, tell us what you like about it the most.
It's an excitement every time you use it.
Excitement.
Excitement. Every time. I put a roast in there. My wife loved it. 3.5 pounds. Let's see, I've had steaks in it, cooked chicken in it, hang the birds in there, hung steaks, hot dogs. Put some seasoning on them and just hung them up with your little hangers here.
Yeah.
And just hung them up in there for about, I don't know, a half hour, 45 minutes. Came out nice and juicy and tender.
Hey, have you got a hot rod? How about a luxury car? How about one of these? How about a weed eater? How about a leaf blower? How about a Ford tractor? You need this non-ethanol fuel available at Steve Ray's Midnight Oil in Ottawa, where everybody gets their non-ethanol fuel right there at Steve Ray's Midnight Oil. Great prices on tires, too. Come to Steve Ray's Midnight Oil in Ottawa.
That's right. Non-ethanol fuel available at Steve Ray's Midnight Oil in Ottawa. Welcome back. All right, here we go. Let's see. We got one more comment. Let's go to Brett Hilliard going to checkerboard the ONB for Saturday. You know, funny you said that, Brent. Years and years and years ago, my buddy, the fireman, Bobby Fryer, and I, we did checkerboard the front grass area at the gas station. We made the squares are 3x3, or no, see, 36 inches, I believe. And we made a frame, and we went all the way across the grass at the gas station, did 2 rows, orange and white checkerboard, and it was hilarious. And you wouldn't believe how hard it was to do, and it's expensive. I think it cost the university, last I checked, I think it cost maybe $3,000 an end zone to checkerboard the end zones at Neyland Stadium every Saturday. That's how much it is with paint and labor and everything. But we did it, and I bought the paint, bought the special sprayer, but it looked cool. People would stop and get their pictures taken. So we've done that. We've done that. See, I've been there so long, Brent, that any idea that you people might have, I've probably already done it. Okay. But keep on giving them to me, and I'll let you know if I've done it. And if I haven't done it and it's a good idea, I sure will take it under advisement, because like I said, my listening skills are new. I have new listening skills now. All right, here we go. We're going to take the store. All right, here's where you come in. Right there. That's the front of the store. I got that big green canopy on it. The reason I have that out there, we do a lot of cooking out there during the day. That's where we do our hot dogs for the knothole. And we do a lot of demonstrations, as Jeff can tell you. Billy Holland has done it, helped us. David Roberts, Pete Branton. We've all done demonstrations under there. And there's other people too, if I left anybody out. But that's where you come in. You come right in through there. And right when you come in the door, you're going to see 2 tables. Now, what I've got those rubs. You know, we stock more rubs, barbecue rubs and sauces than anybody got. I promise you, nobody in the state of Tennessee stocks more product than I do. And some of it just, they're good. It's good stuff, but they just don't sell, because in this area of the country, of course, who sells? David Bosca sells. Malcolm sells. Heath Ryle sells. Meat Church sells. Eric Lee sells. Lane's barbecue rubs sells. Those are our big sellers in the store. So what we're doing, we've taken the others and we've combined them on these tables, and it's $1 a bottle. And we've been selling the houndstooth out of them. So if you're in the area, come by. And this is good stuff. It's all top tier. It's not, Mom and them's rub from Macon, Georgia, or something like that. This is good stuff, and it's $1 a bottle. Come and get it, because once it's gone, it's gone. All right. When you turn around, there's some tumbleweeds. That's what we sell. If you want to start your fires, tumbleweeds, natural fire starters from Royal Oak. I think that is next to, well, I'd say it's the same equivalent as the little marshmallow from Weber. I like the tumbleweeds better, and that's what we sell. Here we go. Here's the griddles in the back room. This is in the back, the very back in the warehouse section of the store. We have a lot of sale items back there, a whole lot. It's a part of the store, and that's our Blackstone griddle display. We finally sold one. I haven't sold many of these. I don't know if I'm too late to the game, or people just don't know that I have them yet. But we've got them. We got the 28s, 22s, the 36s, and the 17s. 17s and the 22 are fantastic for tailgating. If you're going on a tailgate this weekend and you saw somebody with a grill, you say, man, I'd like to have that. I've got those. Of course, Walmart's got the 36s, but they don't have as good a selection on the other ones as I do. So you can come and grab one of those at the store as well. Here's our back stock of Badger barrels from Pit Barrel Cookers. If you have never seen our Badger barrel come by, we keep one out front under that big canopy. You're all you got to do is buy the charcoal. All you got to do, if you want to cook on one, bring the steak. I'll show you how it works. Bring the ribs, bring the pork butt. I'll show you how it works. You can use it. All you got to do is buy the charcoal, and we'll take care of you right there. The Badger barrel, it's great. It's fantastic. There's our stock of lump charcoal from our buddy Matt Osmond at the Good Charcoal Company. We stock it at the store, and we just got some more of that in, some briquette from the Good Charcoal Company. Just got our stock of that. The reason it doesn't look like it's full pallet, because we've got them around the store getting some exposure on them. People have really, really taken to this charcoal. I know Steve Davidson and his buddy Randy, that's what they use. It is good stuff. It's made of acacia wood. It's just wood, a little bit of cornstarch for a binder, and water, and that's all that's in it. No more chemicals, no more additives. There's our selection of pellets. You say, boy, that's a lot, Steve. It is a lot. We got a bunch of pellets, and we keep a back stock of them too. We sell a ton of pellets, and we've got all the flavors you need. And I just got notified today from Joe Martinez. Remember we talked to Joe a couple weeks ago? The pecan shell pellets are on the way. They've been shipped. So we're looking for those to arrive any day at the store. And that is going to be a fantastic product. They're going to be about $35 a box. But I think this first pallet that we get, I think I'll do a $29.95 special on it. So if you want to come and try it, it's only, it's only maybe $9 or $10 more expensive than the big bags of Green Mountain Grill pellets I have. These things are good. I've used them. I did a couple pork butts with it. The smell that comes from the smoker, you won't believe. It imparts more smoke on the product, and they burn slower. So they burn, I guess they burn hotter, so they burn slower. I think that's the way that works. I'm not a physicist, so I don't know for sure, but I believe that's the way it is. So to me, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you guys will. But we're going to get those in. There'll be a big pallet of those. So we're going to run those on a special $29.95. You're really, really going to like those pellets. There's the Blackstone 36s right there in our little showroom area. That's where we do a lot of our videos. Jason Penley built that for me. We got that set up so you can come and check that out. And there's all of the griddle, the tool kits that we have. You can see we've got wood chips as well that we've stocked on some of those shelves. But there's the griddle kit. There's the cover kit. There's the little covers that you use on the griddle to, like a dome, and the little aluminum things you put in the grease trap. cleaning kit. We've got all that at the Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply Store in Ooltewah. We're gonna keep these. I love Blackstone Griddle. I think they're one of the greatest things ever made, and we keep one going out in the front. So if you want, again, if you want to come by and say, Steve, I want to try the griddle, bring your meat. All right, I've got it already hooked up. It's just propane, so it's easy to use, and you can cook on it. I'm certainly not an expert, but I can cook on one, and I'll give you a hand if you're completely lost. There's our Green Mountain grills in the back of the warehouse in the show. I call it the showroom warehouse. That's what it is. There's a peak, and there's two ledges put together already. You can take them. We've got them in boxes too. I think we're the only Green Mountain grill dealer in East Tennessee, and I love them. I love these pellet cookers. We've got one at the store, and I've got one here at the house. And when I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to tend it, I just start that Green Mountain grill, that pellet grill up, and I can put my pork butt or brisket on there, and I can set it. And literally, folks, you set it and forget it. Come back every couple hours and spritz. And you can worry, like I say, you worry about the food, you don't worry about the fire. That's what I like about it. And there's our sample bar. That's the most popular place in the store, right there. People come. I've got a bunch of the rubs out in samples, and we keep some little cups there, sample cups, and you can just grab them and put as much rub in there as you want. You can sample it. It's nice to be able to sample something before you buy it. And that's a real popular place there. There's some shirts we've got. The Owl's Nest Barbecue shirts. Come on and get one. $21.95. Let's see, 24. Is that a 4 or 1? I think maybe $24.95. I can give you one for $20 if you want one. We got plenty of those in stock, eggs from a medium up to 3X. And if you buy a bunch of stuff, I'll give you one for free. There it is. There's the Napoleon kettle. We've only got 2 left. I'll have to order some more. That is, folks, that is the best kettle. I told you, if you know me, I never cooked on a kettle. I never cooked on a Weber kettle, never had one. And Pete and I opened one up, put it together, and I finally cooked on it back in the spring. And man, I love it. I love it. I bought one of those Vortexes, and we did some chicken wings with it the other day, and they were fantastic. Kettle cheap, $389, I think, not expensive at all. And it's a good kettle. I mean, it's heavy duty. Gordon and Kat Delashman bought one when they came up, and he had it put together that afternoon. He said he loved it. It's heavy duty. He said it's built a lot better than a Weber. I don't doubt that. And we've got them. Got some knife sets. Look at that little knife set. $24.95. It comes with the magnetic knife holder that you put on the wall. And that's kind of a neat item. And Christmas coming up. It's never too early to plan for Christmas. And that's what we got them there for. $24.95. Nice, inexpensive knife kit. And here's another great Christmas item from David Bosca and the folks at Butcher Barbecue. An cordless electric knife with 2 batteries. Works great. Very, very inexpensive, $69.95. I've got one, and it works fantastic. If you're cutting briskets, ribs, anything, turkeys, you want an electric knife, especially if you're carving for a lot of people. And this was cordless. You don't have to worry about dragging a cord through the gravy. Just put the batteries in there, and there away you go. Coming up, there's a sous vide gun. Now these things are neat. I bought 10 of these. I haven't sold one yet, but if you go online and go on YouTube and look up the sous vide gun, you'll see how it works. It's great for lighting charcoal. Or this one is designed so when you sous vide a steak. Now I don't sous vide. I think that takes the soul out of cooking, as my friend John. And my friend John up in Michigan said it takes the soul out of cooking, and I kind of agree with him. But this thing, when you pull the steak apparently out of the sous vide bag, and I think that's what you do. You get this sous vide gun, and instead of having to put it on a griddle or something, you just hold the flame up to it, and it's made in a way where it doesn't give it a wanky taste. It's some way the way the flame burns. It burns. I think it burns blue, or so it doesn't give it a bad taste. And that's the way it was explained. Whatever color it burns, so it doesn't give it a bad taste. And you sear off that steak, and there you go. You've got the perfect sous vide seared steak. And they're a little pricey, $189, but that's cheaper than they were on their website. We've got plenty of those. Again, a great Christmas present, or if you want to really set the Thanksgiving table a muck, you can grab one of those and get it out too. Here's something that I really like, and these things are selling really good. Those are smash burger medals from Jim Beam. They're real heavy, and those are what those little white boxes are little pieces of paper, like parchment paper, and they're the size of the perfect size. When you put the ball down on the grill, the meatball, a proper smash burger. This is according to George Motes. A proper smash burger is about 2 ounces of 80/20 meat. Roll it up, and then you put it on the grill. Then you sprinkle it with salt and pepper, if you want pepper, before you smash it. And then you take that thing and you smash it on the griddle, and that gets it paper thin. And what you do, you put that piece of paper between the meatball and the smasher. That way, it doesn't stick to the bottom of the smasher and make a mess and it come all off, because it won't work. It just doesn't work. But if you put that paper on there, it works great. Again, if you want to come by and see a demo, I'd love to just bring me some meat. I'll start that griddle up anytime you want, and we'll make smash burgers, because I love smash burgers. Very inexpensive too. I think the smasher is $14.95, and the papers are about $10. They've been selling great. A lot of people like that. And it's once you use those papers, you won't go back. You won't go back. Here's our accessory area. We've got the wireless thermometers from Cook Temp. There's some knives. I've got the cases for the wireless thermometers. We've got nitrile gloves, small, medium, large, and extra large. We've got some David Bosca gift kits. These gift kits, they're on the bottom there, the bottom left. There's each kit is like for ribs, one's for brisket, one's for chicken, one's for pork. It comes with a sauce and a rub, and they're all paired together. So you don't even have to think. Just give that to your friends and say, this is what you need. And man, boom. And they make a great gift. There's some of our products on the shelf. We got W sauce. There's the best. Did you see the post from Southern Living that was floating around the internet this week? I think they tested 20 different sauces, and their staff at the office. And I don't know if Robert Moss was involved in this or not. Our friend Robert Moss from Southern Living, the editor of Southern Living barbecue section. I don't know if he was involved in this or not, but they took 20 sauces, and one of them was Walmart Great Value. Kid you not. Open Pit, Kraft, Blues Hog, a bunch of them. But anyway, they tested all these sauces, and guess what won? You know it. Sweet Baby Ray's. I know. Sweet Baby Ray's won. But, and then Sweet Baby, and I got nothing against Sweet Baby Ray's. Who doesn't? And there's a bottle in my refrigerator right now. I guarantee you there's one in there. And, of course, we don't sell it, but everybody's got a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's because it's so cheap. They almost give you, you walk into Publix and they go, here. Walk into Food City, here's a bottle of sauce. Thanks for coming in. And but they won. But it's a good thing apple habanero right there from Head Country wasn't one of them that they tested, because I'm gonna tell you something. There ain't nothing gonna beat apple habanero. I don't care if it's Blues Hog, I don't care if it's Red Hog, I don't care if it's Green Hog. That apple habanero from Head Country, it's not hot, it's the perfect sweetness. That is the best tasting sauce in the world. I mean, in the world. That's our house sauce, and it is good, and it is really good, and we've got it. There's down the row. There's Malcolm's stuff there on the left. He's stuff on the left. There's Eric Lee and more of Heath's uh, sauces down there, and which are good too. And next one is Meat Church, Matt Pittman's. We just turned in a big Meat Church order 2 days ago. Hope it gets here before Christmas. And then is Lane's. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm redoing the way we do our rubs. We're not going to have. We're not. I used to get I used to get my ideas for rubs. Somebody would come in and go, "Hey, Steve, you ever heard of Jimbo's rubs? They're from Lone Star, Texas, and it's the greatest rub I ever had." I go, "Oh, okay." So I'd call Jimbo and I'd get, I'd spend, $600-$700 for rubs. That's how much they are. If you get a lot of rubs, it's usually between $600-$800, and with shipping and the different flavors. And they sit on the shelves. Because nobody else has heard of them. And the guy that told you about them, he comes in once a millennium, once a quarter, and buys a bottle of rub. So you're stuck with all these rubs that don't sell. We're not doing that anymore. Okay, we're not doing that anymore. We're only going to stock the rubs that sell. The guys that get online, that get on the internet, Malcolm, Heath, David Bosca, Lane's Barbecue, Meat Church, those guys, Hey Grill Hey, Susie Bullock, she's one we picked up back in the spring rather, and her stuff is flying off the shelves. It's because she gets on there and she sells it for us. She sells it for me. I don't want to sell rubs. I want you to sell your rubs for me. I just want to be the guy that says, "Hey, I got them. Here they are." And people just come in and buy them. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. People with exposure, people that have, number one, those guys, they know how to cook. Heath Riles is one of the top 3 barbecue cooks in the world. I'm not talking about in the nation. I'm talking about in the freaking world. He can cook any kind of barbecue you want, any association, anything. Heath Riles can cook it. And he gets on there and he tells people how to cook it and what to use. And it works. Malcolm is the same way. Malcolm can cook anything. And he uses his products and he tells you this is what you use. Matt Pittman got a great YouTube channel. Matt is all over the place. He's kind of like the barbecuer to the stars. And his stuff sells fantastic. And that's the reason it sells. Because number one, they're good products. And number two, they get out there and they push it. And you and I know them. We feel like, Matt Pittman's from Chattanooga. Did you know that? Meat Church guy, Matt Pittman, he's from Chattanooga, Red Bank. He lives in Texas. He won't admit he's from here, but it's where he lives. He lives in Texas. And his rubs sell like crazy. David Bosca out in Chandler, Oklahoma. We've got a whole wall. I've got more David Bosca products than anybody's because all of his products sell. Because David gets online, he interviews people, he stays in touch with you. He's got a fantastic website to order things. He is professional, and that's who I like doing business with, are professionals. So we're changing the way we're doing it so you can come in and take advantage of that as well. Let's see, we got a couple comments here. Chad Chadwick. Chad says, best barbecue shop around. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. You're one of the best customers around, too. Brent hollering back, how about a big rock outside the ONB to paint it up like UT? Brent, I've got the big tire out front. I would have no problem painting the big tire. If you want to come paint the big tire with big UT on it, I think that would be hilarious. I like that idea. Also, Brent says, not tried the apple habanero. What? I can't believe you haven't tried it. I think the name turns me away from it. The name. Well, everybody thinks it's hot. Is that it, Brent? Is that the problem? You think it's hot? It's not hot at all. And because people always go, they go, what's your best sauce? And I take them over there and they go, oh, that's hot. No, it's not. It's sweet. It's sweet. It's not. It's got an interesting, I hate to say kick, an interesting flavor profile on the end. that is just come try it. I've got them sampled. I keep samples in the refrigerator. Okay, so come by, Brent. Next time you buy the store, say, give me some apple habaneros. I keep those little cups with the tops on them because a lot of people want when we do our food, a lot of people want the sauce on the side, and that's why we do that. So there you go. There's the row of rubs and sauces from the guys, and there's my little sweetheart Emma. That's the famous knot hole in Owl's Nest Barbecue. If you've seen it online, if you've seen me talking about it, that's the famous knot hole at the store. That's where we do our hot dogs and our barbecue. We'll just take you right in there. There's the prep table. There, the food warmer. I've got two food warmers in there. There's one up on the counter in the middle. That's where we usually keep when we're doing pulled pork and briskets, that's where that goes. And then the hot dogs will go in the food warmer there. And that's our prep area. And it's not big. It's very, very efficient. And there's all of our to-go boxes, paper towels. It's just like a regular restaurant kitchen. I didn't look anybody up to see I wanted to be like their kitchen, but it looks like about everybody's kitchen. And there's Emma. She's doing a hot dog today. You can see we got all our prep stuff out. There's our condiments for the hot dogs. Behind Emma is a scale that we weigh out the pork butt and brisket when people want to use it by the pound, or people buy it by the pound rather. And those containers there at the bottom left are the ones that we put the product in and then weigh it, and then people buy it. Pork's $14 a pound, brisket's $28. We'll have that Friday. There's another angle. There's our oven where we warm stuff up in. And to the left of that is a kitchen. There's our big refrigerator. That refrigerator is, I think I've had that refrigerator. Let's see, this is 2025. I think I had that in 2017, maybe. Let's see, we went to the World Food Championships in 2016. So we got that before we went to the WFC. 2016 is when I bought that. I bought that used from Supreme Restaurant Equipment here in Ottawa. And guess where it came out of? You'll never guess. Lake Winnie. And if you're from around here, everybody knows what Lake Winnie is. I've got the refrigerator that came from Lake Winnie. So that's historic in itself. Lake Winnie's been there over 100 years. I don't know what year that refrigerator is, but it works like a champ. And if it went down tomorrow, I would cry because I think I didn't pay hardly anything for the refrigerator, and it's been great. There's just another angle. There's our food warmer back there in the right corner. The way we do our briskets, I've copied the people in Texas. When we do our briskets, I put them on. I'll put the briskets on Thursday morning at around 5:30, and I'll set the briskets and the pork butts. I'll set the briskets at I'll set the smoker at 215 degrees, really, really low. Put the briskets and the pork butts in the smoker, and I'll go to work. I go to work. I use a Southern Q gravity feed smoker controlled by a DigiQ apparatus that keeps the temperature going for me. I'll go to work. If Pete comes home, I'll have him come by and spritz for me. The person that helps me here at the house, I'll have her, just poke her head out, make sure nothing's on fire, and cook up right there inside the garage there, and the fan blows it out. When I get home, I wrap the butts, and then I wrap the briskets in butcher paper. Then I crank up the smoker to 285 degrees. And what happens by then, that's at 3:00. I'd say by 6:37, pork butts are done. I take them out and let them cool off. Then I process them, and then I package them. And then I put them in the freezer to blast freeze them. I got a little blaster in my freezer, and I blast freeze those. And then on the briskets, I leave the briskets I make sure they're up to at least 195. I like to take them to 210, but with the method I use, I go to 195. As long as they're above 195, I'm good. And I'll leave them in there I turn the smoker down to 150 degrees then and let it come down naturally overnight. And what that does, those briskets stay in there and they rest. That's the most important thing about a brisket is letting it rest. Well, I let them rest under heat all night long. And then that morning when I wake up, I get them out and I process them, slice them, put them in the pans, and then we take them and then we sell them. And then when I get to work, I put them in that warmer at 165 degrees. That's safe food handling. That's safe food handling temperature. So everything is in the warmer. They stay warm constantly, and they're always resting, and they're just getting better and better and better as long as they're resting. And that's how we do our briskets. So if you're interested in that, I don't know, but yes, think it's hot. No, Brent, it's not hot. So you need to come in and sample it. Just ask me. Say, Steve, do you have a sample? I got to sample most everything. I got to sample most everything in the store somewhere. I can find it somewhere. All right. There's your tour of the store. I hope you liked it. I appreciate y'all playing along with me. It's a lot of fun having a barbecue store. I still love it. I mean, absolutely love it. And I hope y'all enjoyed going through the store with me from the store to the kitchen. I announced today, we usually, the knothole usually closes at Labor Day. And what I decided to do, a lot of people asked me if I was going to stay open this year. And it's a lot of work. I mean, you wouldn't believe we're only open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 2, 3 hours a day. But you wouldn't believe how much work that is to run that little restaurant like that. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I love doing it. And so we're going to stay open. We're going to keep going. We're going to blow by Labor Day. And on Tuesday, we're doing to rearrange the menu a little bit. On Tuesdays, we're just going to have hot dogs. That's Emma's going to come in on Tuesdays and do hot dogs. On Wednesdays, we're going to have hot dogs and pulled pork. On Thursdays, we're going to have hot dogs and pulled pork. On Fridays, that's the Super Bowl day, we're going to have hot dogs, pulled pork, and Texas brisket. That all happens on Friday. And then Saturday, if you want to reserve some pulled pork or brisket, you can pick it up Saturday if you want to, and that's fine. But we do $3 hot dogs on Saturday from 11 until 2. And we do special events. Like a couple weeks ago, we did wings for the Tennessee game against Syracuse. And we'll do wings again. Won't do them this Saturday because Pete's out of town. But when Pete gets back, we'll do more wings. So stay, just check the Facebook page, Al's Nest Barbecue Supply page, and you'll be able to see it. You'll see what we're doing. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. Kind of an informational show tonight. Steve Davidson chiming in with those some more burger pinwheels. Those are that's ground beef wrapped around with bacon wrapped around it. And he said they're good. I believe him. He hasn't brought me one yet. But if he wants to bring me one of those, I will eat it. And I'll tell him if it's good or not. I promise. It probably is if Steve cooked it. There, Steve did some pork loins. Looks like you cut them up. I guess it'd be, what would they be? Pork chops? I guess pork chops. Pork loin. Pork loin got to be the most underrated or underappreciated cut of meat on a pig. Got to be. It's one of my favorites. Next, pork belly. I'd rather eat pork loin, pork tenderloin than any part of the pig. After pork belly. Guy, I love pork belly. There, Steve did those with those pinwheels before he cooked them. When he's getting ready to cook them. And there he is. There they are. He's put them on a kettle, it looks like. And there they are on the left. He's got that thing offset. And he's got potatoes there in that big pan. And he said he seasoned those with Butcher Barbecue Grilling Addiction, of course, yay. And the Butcher Barbecue grilling garlic, grilling butter, grilling oils. And we sell those as well as the store. So good job, Steve. And all you other losers, slackers, need to get with it and start posting pictures on the page. Brent chiming in again. A lot of food prep and cleanup time, I'd imagine. No, the food prep, yes, Brent. A whole lot of food, a whole lot of time goes into the prep because I got to cook everything. But I've got it down now where I only have to cook a couple times a week. and I do it while I'm at work. So it's kind of a magical thing I got going. At least I think it is. It works pretty good. Cleanup. Now I'm gonna tell you, cleanup we've got down. We just did hot dogs today, so cleanup's easy. Emma and I started cleaning up at 2:00 in the knot hole, and we were done at 2:10. I mean, we were done, and we weren't hustling either. We were just easy does it. I've got everything in containers. We put them in the food safe refrigerator. We date them, make sure that we know what date we put them in there, just in case something gets away from us. We don't serve anything out of date, and everything's right there. So it's not bad at all. So there you go, folks. Everybody, thank you so much. Come by and try that, Brent. I want you to try the apple habanero, Head Country apple habanero. And if you want to try Malcolm's, if you want to try Heath, you want to try David's, we've got theirs as well. We got all their sauces too. So, and they're all good. I mean, you know, the worst thing any of them got's wonderful. You know, it's you know what it's like. You know, the worst was the best. Worst was great. Bacon wrapped Italian meatballs. Thank you, Steve. They sure looked good. And you can bring me those anytime you want. Steve Davidson is a clever little cooker for sure. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I don't think Pete's going to be back next week, but I think I've got Steve Dotson will be with us next Tuesday. Now, for those that have watched the show over the years, Steve was a constant guest, and I don't know what happened. We kind of drifted apart, but our friendship is seamless, which means it doesn't matter when you hook up again. It's like nothing ever, it's like high school friends. You think, why are my high school friends so, when I see them, it's like, it hasn't been 40 years since I've seen them. It's because it's seamless. And that's the way Steve Dotson and I are. We're seamless. We're seamless friends. And he'll be with us next Tuesday night. Steve has actually been to the Jack and competed. And so we'll get a little bit of that information because Jack's coming up. And we'll get a little firsthand information from Steve on his experience at the Jack Daniels Invitational. And his YouTube channel, The Cookout Coach, is fantastic. 40,000 subscribers. So if you don't have anything to do when you get off the show tonight, go to The Cookout Coach and check The Cookout Coach Steve Dotson out. And you can meet him live and in person next Tuesday night right here on the Owl's Nest Barbecue Ketchup Show. So we're going to get out of here, but I'll show you a few commercials and then we'll get gone next Tuesday. We'll see you back here and we'll see you at the store. And until we meet again, cook out loud.
Hey, this is Steve Ray at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply here in Ooltewah, Tennessee. The Green Mountain Grill Smoker Grill, the best pellet cooker on the market. Come on over, let me show you. A big hopper. It'll hold 18 to 20 pounds of pellets. Thick gauged metal. It won't rust. It will last you for years and years and years. The shelf, right up in the front, handy. The Green Mountain Grill pellet smokers, the best grill for your money, right here at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah. Hey, this is Steve Ray at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah, and I am really excited about this. Eggs, sausage, bacon, Loco Mocos, for gosh sakes, on the Blackstone griddle. It's the fun part of your back porch. This is the fun station. This is where you'll all gather around and make great food. And we've got them now here at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah. And all, Pete, there's just something about charcoal, you know it?
Hey, nothing like the smell, the taste, the flavor, everything about charcoal is amazing. I actually think that's where we're back to, Steve. People are starting to enjoy charcoal again like they used to, and it's a craze.
It's such a good smell. The flavor can't be beat.
By the way, you know what I love about this? Is the handle. This one pulls to the side. And I love that about that.
Yeah, it gets out of the way, and you don't have to reach over the flame.
Right.
The Napoleon kettle, you need to get one.
2025 homegrown tomato. This is number 4.
See what you can find.